A portion of this video is brought to you by Sheath Underwear. For more information about Sheath, visit the link in the description below or wait till the end of this video to hear more about them from me.
I don't think there's anything going to get me in heaven, okay? I really don't. I think I'm not maybe heaven bound. I may be in heaven right now as we fly in Air Force One. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make heaven, but I've made life a lot better for a lot of people.
I'm not quite there yet, but I can imagine when I get to be about 80 years old, I got decades and decades and decades left. But when I do get to be a little older, I'll probably start coming to grips with my mortality. I don't believe in an afterlife. It's not part of my worldview. But who knows? Maybe if I get to 80, unlikely. But if I do get to 80, maybe I will start taking stock of my life and I don't believe this is going to happen, but, renegotiating with my beliefs about the afterlife. And apparently Donald Trump's doing the same thing right now. Donald Trump in no way is a Christian. Donald Trump in no way believes in God or has any understanding of any doctrinal differences between different flavors of Christianity. He's not that guy. He claims to be, and many evangelicals try to sell him as that. He's their David. He's their man after God's own heart who led a nation. Even though he was flawed, he was still loved and adored by God. This is what you hear from these people. I know people who have been in my life who do believe earnestly that Donald Trump is a mighty, righteous man of God who attends church every weekend. Yeah, they're stupid, to be sure, but it's really something they believe. And Donald Trump right now is becoming more and more obsessed, fixated on whether or not he's going to go to heaven or hell. And Peter Doocy asked him about this, about his legacy, and whether or not the Ukraine war will help his legacy or help him get into heaven, since it's something he's brought up on multiple occasions. And Donald Trump launches into this pattern of doubt that ultimately he doesn't think he's going to go to heaven. And it's a binary. For Christians, it's a binary. If you don't go to heaven, there's only one other place to go when you die, and that's hell. So in this clip, Donald Trump is communicating to the world that he thinks he's such a terrible person that he's going to burn in hell when he dies.
Go ahead.
You had talked a couple weeks ago, you were doing an interview, and you talked about how you hope to end the war in Ukraine because it might help you get into heaven. How does this help? Does this help?
I mean, I'm being a little cute. I don't think there's anything going to get me in heaven, okay? I really don't. I think I'm not maybe heaven bound. I may be in heaven right now as we fly in Air Force One. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make heaven, but I've made life a lot better for a lot of people. And, as an example, had the election of 2020 not been rigged, you would have millions of people living just in Russia, Ukraine alone. That would have never happened. And it didn't happen for 4 years. And I knew Putin very well. It was the apple of his eye. All the things I've said would have never happened. We had an incompetent administration. We had an incompetent president. And because of a crooked election, millions of people are dead. And by the way, the Israeli thing was much harder to get settled because of the past administration. Okay? Rest. Enjoy yourselves.
There's a whole bunch here. First of all, you've made the lives of a lot of people better. In what way? You were selling out working class folks for billionaires. You are making the lives and the attainment of health care exceedingly more difficult, orders of magnitude more difficult, for the sake of a minuscule amount of money for billionaires. To them, it's a minuscule amount of money. Tens of thousands of dollars, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in tax benefits for the wealthiest people in our country. How are you making anybody's life better when you side with the wealthy who have an easier chance? A camel going through the eye of a needle is more likely than a rich person entering heaven. Jesus said that. Jesus, the Christ, spoke those words. So tell me again, how you've made people's life better. And then you continue, while talking about you're not going to get into heaven, you're going to go to hell, you continue to lie over and over and over about the election in 2020, about the causes of the Ukraine war. I mean, if you're wanting to fast track yourself to a hell that, again, I don't believe in, I guess that would be the way. Would be while talking about your immortality, your mortal soul is to lie. It's nature with Donald Trump. It's inborn. It is just part of his fabric to lie. Unbelievable that this is where we are with the man who's so just riddled with cognitive issues that he's fixated on the end of life. And look, this is the other thing about this is we have an 80-year-old president, or he'll be 80 like in June or August of next year, whenever his birthday is. He's 80 years old. He's clearly really trying to sell that he's cognitively there. He's not. He's trying to really sell how healthy he is, even though he's having multiple checkups inside of 6 months and then trying to sell it as I'm just trying to convince the American people just how healthy I am. He's not. There's something going on with Donald Trump, both mentally and physically. I've said for months now that I don't think he's going to last inside of a calendar year. I think he's going to, we're going to wake up one day and Donald Trump died in his sleep or some shit like that. And, where will he go? I guess I'll leave that to you. Where do you think he's going to go? Do you, like me, not believe in a heaven or a hell? Or do you think there is some afterlife that Donald Trump will enjoy or not enjoy so much? Anyway, you can tell me in the comments below the video wherever you're watching it. You can also call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. I love and appreciate you very much. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next time. Be genuine and take care of one another. Whether there's a hell or a heaven, whether or not you're having some reward or punishment in afterlife, treat people decently. Take care of one another. It is absolutely difficult to keep a cool head in this political climate, especially with the added aggravation of these overheated outdoor temperatures. How can you be expected to conduct any clear-headed discourse with your drawers in a sweaty soup? My go-to for keeping things cool, sheath underwear. I'm wearing a pair right now, and let me tell you, it's like nighttime in the desert down there, all day long. Head to sheath.com and use promo code Dollemore to score 20% off and upgrade yourself to the most comfortable underwear that you'll ever wear. How do they differ from your average boxers? Well, let me tell you. Invented by a U.S. Army veteran while serving a tour in Iraq, Sheath's boxer fabric is designed with a moisture-wicking technology. Their underwear features a unique dual pouch system that keeps all your man parts comfortably separated instead of sticking together. We all know the feeling of the old eggs getting stuck to the pan, if you know what I mean. My favorites are the airflow meshes, which seem especially equipped to handle my thighs, bigger thighs. But Sheath has also tons of other fabric options and designs that you can get into. And I'm clearly not the only one singing the praises out there. Sheath are recommended by multiple doctors and urologists and have over 20,000 five-star reviews. Also, Sheath supports multiple charities like Socks for Soldiers and Doctors Without Borders. So while you're upgrading your undies, you can be making the world a more upstanding place too. It's tough to focus on draining the swamp when you are swampy mess yourself. Sheath's boxers will help you keep the temperature down by bringing up the level of comfortability. Score 20% off right now at sheath.com and use promo code Dollemore.